John, when it comes to gold, gold in Japan, your company is a leader in terms of how much land you have, I would say, advanced work that you've done on the property already. 100% now controlling the overall portfolio after VRIC had spent 5 years, over $23 million, de-risking your ground. Talk to us about how this independence now allows you to move faster on targets.
Thanks, Rachel. We are the largest mineral exploration company in Japan. We do dominate all the major gold provinces in the country. And of course, we are the first mover into Japan after the change of the Mining Act in 2012. We're designed to be prospect generators in Japan. So we moved very quickly to acquire what we feel are the very best areas of the country. And that allowed us to enter into a 5-year alliance with VRIC. VRIC fully funded the evaluation of our portfolio and the collection of an incredible database that's never been assembled in Japan before. Unfortunately, at the end of 2025, VRIC's business plan changed, and it actually changed about 2 years prior to that. So we'd collected data for 3 years, but for the last 2 years, their exploration budgets had shrunk because their focus was more on production from their own tier 1 mines. So we concluded that alliance at the end of October in 2025. What that's done for us is 2 things. On the one hand, as we were coming to the end of the VRIC alliance, the investment community was really recognizing that we were this incredible undervalued gold explorer with a very unique thesis that dominated Japan. And so our share price had almost tripled. It went from 12 cents to over 30 cents. Unfortunately, at that time, we then had to put out the fact that we had ended our alliance with VRIC. Our share price came back down to 10 to 12 cents. However, the inbound interest that we started to get from international mining companies was extraordinary. They were watching very closely over the last number of years, watching the progress with VRIC, the fact that VRIC had spent $23 million for this database, but they hadn't actually then acted on it to go and drill the best areas. So we're in this incredibly unique position now where there's significant international interest in what we're doing and continuing on with our business thesis of being prospect generators and bringing in partners to advance prospects with us and having the keys to Japan.
Well, let's talk about those results, right? Your most recent results out on January 22nd from the Mizobe project. You recorded the first ever intercept of a specific vein. Talk to us about why the vein style here matters.
Right, yeah, great question. That particular district where the Mizobe project is located is the district where the Hishikari gold mine operates today. And for those of the audience that aren't familiar with that, the Hishikari gold mine is one of the highest grade tier 1 gold mines in the world today. It opened in 1985 and it's owned by Sumitomo Metal Mining. They've already mined over 9 million ounces of gold at an average grade of 30 grams plus. An incredible high grade, and they still have approximately 5 million ounces of reserves there. This is in a district that we control 84% of now. So we surround the mine and we have about 84% of the district. The unique element of the district is that while there was a number of veins historically poking out of the ground that have produced collectively about 3.5 million ounces, most of the area is covered with a blanket or a thin veneer of volcanic ash that came after the gold was deposited in the area. So it's blind, and so the Hishikari mine was accidentally discovered as the first blind or concealed ore body under the blanket, and it's 13 million ounces. Our job is to go in and look under the blanket and find other large deposits. The Mizobe project sits under the blanket. And so we drilled a framework set of 7 drill holes that showed all 7 had mineralization and 5 had gold in them. These last 2 holes that we just drilled that you're referring to, we drilled a little bit deeper because our analysis of the early holes said, you're quite high in the system, go a little bit deeper. And for the first time, we found a chalcedony vein, or chalcedony vein as some people pronounce it, which is a type of quartz vein that is a vein. So we've actually found a vein which would be similar to other veins in the area, which really give us great encouragement that there could be more.
Lots more gold.
It's lots more gold. and we're in an area that's about 3 kilometers by 5 kilometers, so lots of running room there.
Well, you were recently on national TV in Japan discussing the Reiwa gold rush. Now, between record high gold prices, a government that is clearly actively supporting mining in the country, do you feel that the domestic climate for permitting, social license, all of that is the strongest that it's been since founding the company, I don't know, more than 10 years ago, correct?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely, I agree with what you just said, that it's the most optimistic, positive, enthusiastic time in the country, not only from the government's perspective, but also from the general community standpoint. We've been on NHK, which is the national broadcaster in Japan, not once, but 3 times in the last 6 weeks. And that's really, speaks to 2 things. One is that the Japanese population of about 125 million people are very interested in this new gold rush. So the Reiwa gold rush, Reiwa is the current evolution of the royal family under the new emperor, so it's the Reiwa period. And so this is the new gold rush that's occurring under this new emperor's period, and everybody wants to know what's happening. And there's an incredible enthusiasm about holding gold, owning gold in Japan as well. So again, not once, but 3 times. Initially, we were on NHKG, which is the Japanese version of the national broadcaster in Japan. And about 20 plus million people watched that first broadcast. Then it was so popular, they put us on NHK World, which is about 60 to 80 million people watched it, and in English. And then just 2 nights ago, they even did a special piece as part of the evening news that was another 8-minute segment on our activities in Japan, and that was about 80 million people watched that broadcast. So what we're doing in Japan is really becoming exciting and interesting to the public, and that's one of the things that really supports what we want to do, which is interlist on the Tokyo Stock Exchange, which is one of our objectives in which we're advancing.
Well, you've done the hard work of securing the best real estate in Japan across the entire country. But for the market to re-rate the stock, right, they want to see the discovery. So how close are we to that moment when we essentially see the data catching up to your land package?
Right. Good question. So the foundation of what we're doing now is the assembly of this incredible database that VRIC funded, the $23 million database across Japan. That we have 100%, it's our database, and we're able to use that to really zero in on the very best areas across the country. So that's not lost on new potential partners. They see that we've done all that hard work, we have this database, but it's never been realized. So the next step is to come in and to do systematic, thorough, comprehensive drilling programs to really unlock that database. And that's what we're looking forward to now. We're looking for those partners to come in and be part of this, and we're looking to advancing as quickly as possible, given all the government support that we have now, because we have remarkable support from the central government, from the provincial or prefectural government, and from the local town councils, right down to the mayors, etc. They've seen how we've been getting the attention of the national media. They understand this new gold rush is upon us now, and they want to be part of it. So we've got a really exciting 2026 ahead of us.
For people very quickly who want to know how much you're drilling this year, how long that campaign is going for, give us the main takeaways of the current program.
What I would say is, certainly we're the first mover in Japan, and we've assembled the largest portfolio. There have been other junior companies that are looking at smaller portfolios or smaller project areas that have done scout drilling, I would say early stage drilling as well. I think we are taking it on a much bigger level in terms of a countrywide evaluation of as many opportunities and districts as possible, distilling that down to the best areas and then putting really comprehensive programs together. So I think we are really taking the lead there, and it's wonderful how the government has been supporting us, how they worked with us very, very carefully. So back to your earlier question, incredible support from the government at the federal government level, at the prefectural or provincial government level, right to the local town councils and mayors. And the attention that we've got recently in the media is not lost on them as well, and so that's even gravitating, or having them gravitate to us even more. They're very enthusiastic.
Well, that's all my questions for this one, John, but I hope to see you for another update throughout the year.
I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, Rachel. Thanks for your
Thank you.
questions today.